Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high. Cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold up, we just saying hi. Five somebody rise up. Weekdays, catch us live. Somebody, let's go.
Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, all those things. And welcome to the Pascal Show. Hopefully you guys can hear that, what I was just playing. I'm trying to, like I said, we're still working on the kinks. We're working through all the kinks, getting through all this stuff, making sure we got everything needed to make this show as dope as it possibly can. So please, if you heard the intro, please definitely hit that number one real quick. I'm going to play it one more time. I'm just going to ask you guys, can you hear this? Loud and clear.
You are now rocking with that dude Pascal.
You know the theme song.
Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters.
You hear it loud and clear? Let me know if you hear that loud and clear, because I need to, I want to make sure I got this on point. Okay, I see all the ones. Yes. Okay, that's great news. Okay, we've been working through the kinks and everything. You feel me? So we're getting through it bit by bit. You know what I'm saying? So thank you guys so much. You guys are amazing. You guys are number one in my book. Okay, I'm riding and rolling solo dolo today, and I'm glad that I am, because here's the thing. Here's an opportunity for us to actually talk about what's going on as of recently with this whole trial. This whole trial that's been going down, and I know a lot of you guys have been watching it, or you've been kind of keeping it, you've been side-eyeing it, you're kind of ear hustling the trial, just seeing what's been going on and all that. And the trial that I'm talking about is the Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard. Yeah, we are going to be talking about this monstrosity of a trial. It is it's a multi-million-dollar defamation lawsuit between two ex-spouses, two ex-lovers. And people are feeling these people are feeling some type of way about this whole thing. And of course, on social media, out there in the ether, y'all, there are a lot of people that feel there's varying opinions out here. Some people are with Amber Heard. Some people are with Johnny Depp. To me, this just looks like a complete cluster F. That's just my personal opinion. I think this is a mess. This is absolutely messy. This is, I feel, a situation that doesn't even need to be happening right now. My personal opinion, I really think that this is something that they should have just handled behind closed doors. Just a simple little agreement on their how they're going to separate, so that they can go their separate ways and live their lives and be happy. Okay, but they are out here really working their asses off to try to destroy each other's name. Well, here it is, and I've talked about it before, and we are going to do a little bit of a recap so that we know a little bit, so that we're more up to date on what's going on here, and then we're going to get to obviously where we are today. Now, I saw Zozo Bob ask a question in the chat before the show started, and of course, I want to make sure that we talk about that and we know what's going on. Just a little recap so that everybody knows, everybody in the nosebleed seats knows what's going on. So before we jump into everything, okay? Before we jump into everything, please do me a favor, hit that like button down below, and please do not forget to hit that subscribe button. I'm working hard out here in these streets for y'all, okay? And yes, Zozo Bob, I saw your comment, okay? Send those likes all the way past 100 likes. I see over 100 y'all, 100 souls watching the show. And I'm going to pull up Zozo Bob's comment here really quick. I thought you were broadcasting from the home tonight, homie. Well, here it is. I was going to, and then I caught wind from one of the owner of this place. He's been on the show before when we did our first show here. And he was like, yo, I think I fixed some of the issues that were going on. I was like, oh, for real? All right, bet. Let me come down. As far as I knew, I wasn't going to do a show here. But then when he said I got some things fixed, I was like, bet, I'm coming in. We're going to check this stuff out. We're going to chop it up. And we're going to see what we can do here. And we're going to just do a show. You know what I'm saying? Short and sweet show, but we're going to do it. You see what I'm saying? So came down here, and it looks like I can actually play music on here now, which is really, really fantastic. I'm serious. Like, I'm really happy about this.
Pop quiz, hot shot.
I'm very happy about this, okay? It's good news that we can finally get some things on here. I can do sound bites, all that stuff. So I'm going to be bringing in a few more things into the show over here in the blue purple room. It's funny because these lights behind me are purple as hell in person, but they're coming off as blue on camera. It's the weirdest thing, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, guys. Zozobob, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And I wanted to also, I also wanted to, the more I do a show here, the more I'm going to get used to it, the more we're going to be doing dope things here, and the better the shows will come out, right? So I figured might as well just come in here, knock out a few thousand shows so that I can perfect this run. You know what I mean? Perfect the layout of the show. So, anyway, guys, I know that there's a lot of people that have been following this story, following what's going on. I know that there's a lot of other bigger channels that have been following it since the defamation lawsuit was filed on either side of either party. If it was, because Johnny Depp started the lawsuit first, and then she anteed up, tried to add more to it. It's been absolutely insane, okay? But we got to get into a little bit of the story so that we can understand just a tiny bit of what's going down. I got a little article here so that we can, talk about this and get a better understanding of what's popping off. 1 second here. There we go. So here it is so far. Okay. Of course we have this Johnny Depp, Amber Heard libel trial, everything that's happened. And this is so far as of today. But one thing that was answered in this article is where this lawsuit or this trial is being taken place. And it's in Fairfax County, Virginia, Zozo Bob, just so you know, a little outside of Washington, D.C., okay? There's about a panel of 7 jurors and 4 alternates that were picked on Monday, okay? So, just so you guys know, Depp, 58, issuing Heard, 35, is suing, little typo. Depp, 58, is suing Heard, 35, for $50 million, alleging she defamed him in an opinion column she posted in the Washington Post, which is printed in Fairfax County in December 2018. In the column, she claimed to be a victim of DV and claimed a claim that she first raised during their corrosive divorce proceeding in 2016 in Los Angeles. Now, here it is, y'all. To me, it sounds like, scorned hearts. Let's just be real. And I think that it was a very volatile, terrible train wreck of a relationship. Just absolutely terrible. Okay. Heard never proved she was DV'd because the divorce was settled outside of court in the midst of a media uproar. And the settlement statement they jointly issued said, in part, neither party has made false accusations for financial gain. There was never any intent of physical or emotional harm. Amber wishes to the best for Johnny in the future. Okay, that was back then. Then you flash forward all the way up to 2018, and she goes out of her way to write an op-ed basically saying that she is the victim of DV. And she was riding that wave of the whole #MeToo movement. All right. Now, a lot of people, of course, during that time were quick to jump to her side, quick to jump to her aid, quick to believe her. This automatically annihilates Johnny Depp's career. All the movies that he was doing, all the things that he had set up, ready to go, were completely just dead in the water. He lost lots and lots of money, lots and lots of deals. They recasted him, all that stuff. They took him out of movies, everything, all because of this op-ed that she put out, according in the Washington Post. So, really, really terrible. But here it is. And they blow this up so you guys can see it. All right. So, it says, Johnny is suing me for... Okay, so ahead of the trial, Heard shared a statement on Instagram informing fans she would be offline for the next couple of weeks or for the next several weeks while in Virginia. So we don't know if this trial is going to be on for a long time or if this is going to be, just for a little bit. We don't know anything of that sort, okay? But it says here, Johnny is suing me for an op-ed I wrote in the Washington Post in which I recounted my experience of violence and DV. She wrote on the post shared on Saturday. I never named him. Rather, I wrote about a piece about the price women pay for speaking out against men in power. I continue to pay the price, but hopefully when this case concludes, I can move on, and so can Johnny. I have always maintained a love for Johnny, and it brings me great pain to have to live out the details of our past life together in front of the world. Now, here's the thing, though. Let me just say this really quick. She capping. This is a straight cap. To me, if this was not that big of a deal, she wouldn't be countersuing. If this was a big deal and she didn't really like what was going down, right? She would not countersue. This would not be a lawsuit of $100 million or more right now. It would not be that right now. There would be no countersuit. There would be no any of that stuff. But she's going, oh, it pains me. I'm not going to be able to be on Instagram and on the social medias to talk to you and reach out to you, my fans, because I'm going to be out here because my ex-husband has lost his damn mind, and it pains me to be put through this damsel in distress type of bullshit. I'm sorry. I'm saying it. If you were like, I feel bad about this, so on and so forth, you would at least you wouldn't countersue. And then you would sit there and go, hey, let me see what I can do behind the scenes. Let's see if we could settle this outside of court. Let's see if we could talk about this. Hey, Johnny, let's talk about this. You know what I'm saying? Let's chop it up. Let's be friendly again. Remember, we used to be lovers. We used to be kind to each other. All that stuff. Instead of going, oh, yeah? Well, I'm countersuing. $100 million. Yeah. What? If you really feel bad about this, let's keep it straight funky, y'all. Let's keep it real. She clearly is stewing and loving. You know what I'm saying? She's marinating in this drama, and she loves it. She loves it. Sorry, I'm saying it out loud. I am saying this out loud. Okay? So that's just a little bit of a breakdown of what we have so far. Okay? She wrote an op-ed, and this is the other thing too. Let me just be real, y'all. Okay? And if y'all feel me, please do not forget to hit that like button down below. You know what I'm saying? Please hit that like button down below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And of course, please share. Okay? Please share this feed and all that stuff. Okay? And I know I don't normally talk about this kind of stuff, but we got to talk about this. Okay? Here it is. And Lisa White, you ain't wrong. Real talk. $100 million, but I still love him. But I love him, guys. Oh, it breaks my heart to be doing all this stuff. Oh, the pain, my heart. Oh, come on, man. If you really had a problem with this, you wouldn't be out here in these trials, trying to bury this man, doing all the stuff that you'd be doing. You'd be just sit there and go, hey, can we settle this outside of court? You'd be doing everything you can to not make this be a public display, just a public quartering of this man's life, of his image, of all the hard work he has done, building his brand, building who he is. I mean, clearly we all been known that he's been on drugs. We knew that. Come on now. And if y'all didn't know, y'all been living under a rock or denial. Never underestimate the power of denial. Okay? But let's keep it real. If this woman really had feelings for this man and really cared for this man, this lawsuit, this trial that's all on camera right now, by the way, for everyone to see, we wouldn't be watching this, nor would there be a trial to be had. Things would have been settled outside of court. Actually, that op-ed would not even exist. Yes, I said it. Even that op-ed would not exist. This woman literally lost her mind so much. I'm sorry. I'm team Johnny until I've been told or seen otherwise. But from what it seems to me is that she just was so enraged by not having control over this relationship, control over Johnny Depp, that she just said, F it. I'm going to bury this man. I want to make sure that he never gets to work ever again. And what does she do? She gets onto a computer or pulls out a pad and pencil and starts writing her own op-ed and then posts it, publishes it in Washington Post. And do we blame Washington Post for doing said thing? No. Why? During that whole Me Too movement, everyone's believing that. Instantly. They're putting that out. Instantly when they hear, wait, Amber Heard is blah, 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 and, from him? Oh, snap. Juicy. Because, of course, hashtag Me Too movement, all that stuff, we're believing. We're instantly believing the people. We're instantly believing these women, as we should. And I'm not saying that we shouldn't. But, of course, she jumps on that bandwagon. And then crocodile tears saying, oh, crying wolf, when there was no wolf to be had. When there's no wolf to be seen. Real talk. Ner? Yes. It was a public crucifixion of Johnny. And she used that Me Too movement as the nails in the cross. Real talk. I said it. Real bloody talk. Okay, so obviously, I haven't really gotten a chance to really talk about this particular trial or anything really. We haven't really dove into it that much. I mean, some people, we have talked about it with like Nico when he was here and all that. We've had a little bit of a conversation, but we really haven't talked about the other stuff that's gone on. Now, the past few days, there have been witnesses that have come in to speak on behalf of Johnny, speak on behalf of also Amber, speak on their relationship and all that stuff. But just recently, something very interesting went down. And we are going to be talking about that here. Sassy the Queen, thank you so much for the $50 super chat. Wow. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. Here it is. We're working hard out here in these streets. I do appreciate every bit of support, because I know this is not going to be the biggest viewed show ever, because, my audience not everybody wants to talk about the Johnny Depp, Amber Heard situation. And I understand that, you know what I mean? But I knew that this is such a big story. We have to talk about it. And yes, I see it clearly in the chat. I will definitely be opening up the video chat lines. Sandy, I'll get you on here soon enough, but I need to get through all this stuff first before I open up any phone lines, okay? So I hear you. I see all caps and all that. I hear you, but I got to get into these stories so we can get through this stuff. But I appreciate the $50 super chat. Thank you. I will pull you up here soon enough, okay? So let's get into this, okay? This has been interesting because a couple people have been coming out. Now, so far for me, it's been looking like Johnny Depp is killing it. That's just what I'm going to say. Johnny Depp has been kicking some ass, taking some names, and that's just me. So far, it's been leaning more towards Johnny Depp killing it in the game. Killing it. But then there's some witnesses that came up. Now, there's one thing I need to get into this piece first, real quick, okay? there was a witness that was actually taken out, pulled from the trial. And a lot of people are wondering why. So we got to jump into that article really, really quick. And don't worry, I will be opening up the video chat lines to hear everybody. I promise you we will get into it. I guarantee you that, okay? But some people are wondering why was one of the witnesses pulled? I found it very strange as well. Damn, hold on. I found it very strange as well. So let's take a look at this particular article right here. It says Johnny Depp trial live. Witness ejected from court as Amber Heard called scum in X's text. And it's interesting. There's a whole text thing where he had lobbed off the top of his finger. I mean, it's some wild stuff. So we're going to get into it, I promise. Okay? But the trial for Johnny Depp's defamation lawsuit against former wife Amber Heard has adjourned until Monday after a third day of testimony in Virginia. On Thursday, witness Gina Deuters, I think, a friend of Depp's, had her testimony struck from the record and was dismissed after admitting she had seen clips of the trial online. Instead, video evidence of Dr. Kipper, who treated the actor for addiction, was played, which was interesting as well. Earlier, recorded depositions were shown from Heard's former assistant, Kate James, which we are going to be looking at, because, oh my God, Kate James, her ex-assistant, says everything. She annihilates this woman. It's unfreaking believable, and we need to look at that here. It's hilarious. Talk about this is why you treat your employees and your employers like gold. Especially the people who are washing your drawers, who are picking up your dirt, your trash, all those things. You have an assistant, you treat them with absolute respect. You want to know why? Because they got all the tea, baby. They got all the truth to annihilate that ass. Literally. Especially when it comes to moments like we are going to see here very shortly. Okay? So, Kate James, and there was also a marriage counselor, okay? A couple's marriage counselor, Dr. Anderson, who detailed their mutual abuse. Very interesting. Depp claims a 2018 article about DV towards women written by Heard implied he was an abuser during their relationship. Although she did not name him. Come on, y'all. Let's be real. Even though she didn't name him, she had just gotten done with a messy divorce with him, and then she comes out with saying I'm a victim of such and such of DV. You don't think everyone's going to automatically assume it's Johnny Depp? Come on, y'all. Like, come on. Let's keep it straight funky, y'all. People are going to do the math, even though, you know what I'm saying? They don't even need to do the math. It's that simple. But people are going to do the math, and they're still going to say all roads, all signs, all breadcrumbs go straight back to Johnny Depp. So he must be the one that she's referring to. So on and so forth. This is insane, y'all. This is absolutely
Hello from
insane.
Switzerland.
Canada, actually.
Hello.
And we know that the world's best roasters use the Swiss water process.
I have
us.
no idea what
Other
that
roasters
is.
use solvents
aka chemicals.
to remove the caffeine.
What the
But
heck?
the Swiss water process.
I
Uses
don't know
only
what that
water
is.
to remove caffeine.
So your fourth cup tastes just as good as your first.
Yeah, it's cafe perfection.
Hold on one second. I have no idea what that
You're
was.
Canadian, Dad.
I know.
Where is
It's
that?
just great decaf.
What the hell was that? That was random as hell. But anyway, here it is, though. And maybe you guys didn't hear that. I don't know if you guys heard that. But anyway. So here's the thing. Obviously, when they say there was mutual abuse going on in this relationship, I mean, this is the thing, y'all. And I've talked about this a million times before. Okay? I've talked about this a million times before, ever since we talked about Gabby Petito at when they both got pulled over, Brian Laundrie and Gabby Petito, and the cops pulled them over and all that stuff. obviously, if there is violence that has been introduced into a relationship and then they stay together, 9 times out of 10, I'm not going to sit here and say this always happens, but there's a good possibility, not 9 times out of 10, but there's a good possibility that people, like when you bring that in and they stick together, there's a good possibility that both parties will start to become toxic with each other. That's it. That's it. I'm not sitting here saying all the time. Some people just stay as the abused, and then you have the abuser, and that's it. And then they stay in that relationship, and then when they finally get emancipated, when they finally get free from that violence, a lot of people go, "Why did you stay?" And they go, "I just didn't know where to go. I was scared of leaving," right? So you see something like that. So those things do happen. So I'm not going to sit there and say that that doesn't happen. But there are other things like this situation where you could definitely tell that this woman doesn't mess around. She doesn't seem like the type that would stay and just take it. She could possibly give it right back. A very toxic relationship where they are enabling each other. Real talk. You see what I'm saying? And this is the kind of thing that we're seeing right here. So when you have a marriage counselor looking into those things and seeing those things that are going on, right? Clearly she's going to sit there and say, I see violence coming from both sides. Now the question remains, who's the person that is actually the one who brought it in the first place? And I have a feeling it's the person that wrote that op-ed. That's what I think. But it's also that thing, it's also that question of what came first, the chicken or the egg. You know what I'm saying? Because at some point, you're not going to remember who started it. You're not going to remember who started the fire. You're just going to remember the fire and the aftermath of the fire. You're never going to really remember unless it's right there in front of you. Not every day are you going to remember who struck the match. Especially if it's a long-ass fire. You're not going to remember. Or especially when it's drug and alcohol-induced ridiculousness. Everything's a blur, and you guys are getting messed up and heavily influenced over and over and over again. Hell yeah. Bad. Just bad on all levels, y'all. All levels, okay? But hopefully this thing doesn't go into another commercial break on me again. But we need to go and look at some of these other things. Like, let's see here. Okay. We need to check out the assistant, because the assistant was absolutely amazing. And it was just because she wasn't for it. She wasn't here for it. She didn't want none of this ish. She's like, I have better things to do, y'all. I don't even want to be here. I don't even want to relive working for this woman. That's how much you could tell that this woman hated, absolutely loathed this woman. That says a lot. That says a lot about you want me to come to trial and talk about my employer? Are you sure you want me to be here to tell you the truth? This woman was a nightmare. Man, look at this title, y'all. Amber Heard's former assistant reveals actress once spat in her face when asked for a raise. Spat in her face. Who does that? Like I said, this is somebody who is handling your personal stuff, knows your social security number, knows all your personal things. Sometimes handles your monies going to your bank and all that stuff, knows the combination to probably your safes, the combination to your front door, all your personal things, probably washes and folds your drawers, man. And you are spitting in this woman's face. We're going to look at her deposition, though. We're going to look at that. Real talk. Okay? But this actress, Amber Heard, spat in this woman's face when she asked for a raise and would fly into a blind rage. Sound familiar? See, like, this doesn't seem out of character to me with this Amber Heard chick. It really doesn't. But she also says she never saw bruises or cuts on her in the 3 years she was employed. Okay. Very, very interesting. Okay. Now, she obviously has testified, and she was a assistant from 2012 to 2015. Okay. And so we got to look at this. So her name is, what was it? It was Kate James. Her name's Kate James. Okay. So Amber Heard's former personal assistant claims she would fly into a blind rage and said she never saw cuts or bruises on the actress during testimony in Johnny Depp's $100 million defamation lawsuit. Like, $100 million. That's crazy, y'all. Okay. Appearing via a pre-taped video deposition Thursday, Kate James told the court she was hired by Heard in 2012 as her personal assistant and worked with her until 2015. Under questioning from Depp's lawyers, James talked about how Heard would fly into a blind rage at her during frequent abusive episodes. She told how one of her jobs was to get 2 copies of magazines that Heard appeared in and store them in the garage because she didn't want Depp to see them. One time, Heard got very angry because they were lying on the ground. James said she went absolutely ballistic, screaming, yelling, abuse. It was a blind rage. Okay. And then she also said that she recalled how Heard would scream over the phone at her and subjected her to barrages of abusive text messages day and night. This woman is a nightmare. She said in the middle of the night, I think between 2 and 4 p.m., the barrage would start. All incoherent, not making sense, just someone to lash out at. No apparent reason to it. I call that the cocaine, baby. Cocaine's a hell of a drug. I guarantee you she was on some stuff. Okay? They asked her if she saw any injuries, cuts, bruises, swelling, or redness to Heard's face. She said no. She said that she never saw Heard with black eyes or clumps of hair torn out of her head. When James was switching from part-time to full-time, she was negotiating her salary with Heard, who lost her cool. James said, she leapt up out of her chair, put her face 4 inches from my face, telling me how dare I ask the salary I was asking for. She felt that that gave her the right to spit in my face, adding that the $50,000 she asked for was half of her usual salary. A handyman who witnessed the whole thing was quote-unquote mortified, James claimed. Now, here's the thing, though. Can I ask you guys something before we go into the video and look at this video? Let me just, because I like to show that because it kind of backs up what we're talking about here. Okay, but let me ask you something, or let me just say this real quick. No job in the history of jobs is that good for you to sit there and get spat in the face by your boss. I am sorry. I don't give a damn if it's Elon Musk. I don't give a damn if it's Ronald McDonald. I don't give a damn if it's Mickey Mouse. I don't. You gonna spit in my face? Hell no. I'm not staying there. Are you out of your mind? Who wants to stay and have that? Who wants to stay at a job like that? What, you call that bliss? You call that heavenly bliss? Don't worry, I'll wait. Is that fun? Is that something you want, fellas? Family? Ladies? Gentlemen? Is that what you want? This is the other question I have for the ex-assistant as well. Why did you keep the job in the first place, man? Why? You weren't getting your usual salary. You took a hell of a pay cut. What was the reason why you stayed in that damn job in the first damn place? Oh, what, how does that make sense? Oh, I'm going to stay and get spat in the face. I'm sorry. Nah, you could take that job and shove it. Real talk. I'm still trying to understand the math behind that, the reasoning behind that. Because for me, nah, man. Nah, bruh. It ain't working for me. But you can see, just like looking at this woman, I'm not feeling her, man. I don't know why people are feeling her. I don't even know why Johnny John, JD, I don't even know why he was feeling her too, man. Damn. Why? So, we got a little bit of the deposition here. So we got to take a look at this. Internet's a little lagging. Hold up. Come on. There we go. It's a little sticky, guys. I don't know why, but internet's being a little sticky.
Remember on one occasion when we were moving from part-time and the time Sally occasion when we were moving from part-time and salary negotiations became a real contention. And I specifically standing in her office where she left up out of her chair, put her face approximately 4 inches from my face, spitting in my face and telling me how dare I ask for the salary I was asking for, which was in fact approximately half of my regular annual salary.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm still going to say this over and over and over again. I don't mean any disrespect to Miss James here, but why would anyone stick around for this job? The way she breaks it down, the way she explains about this woman, this is the worst type of employer to ever be an employer. Real talk. I'm surprised she didn't write an op-ed and talk about how volatile and how terrible this woman was. I'm sorry. If you're going to go and run around and do somebody's dirty work, as far as they're cleaning up after them, basically being their everything, their maid, their confidant, their punching bag, their everything, the person who goes and gets the latte with the half foam and whatever's, the person running around doing your damn grunt work, you'd think that there would be a little bit more respect and a whole lot more money. Come on.
I was offering her that as a favor, and she felt that gave her the right to spit in my face. And there was a witness in the apartment at that time, though.
Who was at the time?
The handyman, Hector Galindo.
I'm sorry.
The handyman, Hector Galindo. He was so mortified. He was so embarrassed to hear her speaking to me like that.
You know, and this is what's so sad about this, because you have somebody who is clearly a nightmare to work for, clearly a terrible, terrible person to work for, and this is them together right here. You see what I'm saying? It just, the thing that I'm trying to make sense, and I see you guys in the comments. I'm going to grab some of your comments here in a second. But the one thing I'm trying to make sense, for myself at least, is why would somebody still stick around for that? And I see somebody made a comment, and I get it. I get it to a certain extent. Let me grab this here really quick. Let me find it. So Priya said, because sometimes people don't have a choice, so they stay and work there. The Pascal Show. Dorian Hazel just said because she was in debt and had a small son, Pascal. And I get that part. But isn't it interesting how you are, whenever you are in financial dire straits financially, you are willing to get for survival. You are willing to take anything. You will get bent over and effed in the A. Real talk. And that person knows because they see the energy. They see that you're willing. They see the desperation. So they're willing to treat you like trash without any problems. They sit there and go, hell yeah, baby. Come on over. No big deal. Come on. Keep at it. Let's do this. You want this job? Because I see that you really need this job. Okay. But isn't that interesting? Every time that you go for a job and it's clear as day that you're desperate, that employer will run you through some things. That's at least what I've noticed. Because I've been in people's those shoes before too, where it's just like, I will take anything right now because I just need to pay the bills. I need to keep the lights on. I need to keep gas in my car and food in my belly. I will do whatever I need to do to survive. But then those people who see you out here, they can smell the desperation like sharks smelling blood in the ocean. And then what do? They suck the life out of you. And this is exactly what happened to this woman right here. She got used. She got used terribly, y'all. And then all of a sudden, spat in the face. And I guarantee you, she probably came right back and continued working until she finally left. I'm assuming. I don't know the timeline of when said spit in face happened. I don't know if she just said, fine, I'll do I'll do X amount a year. It's fine. Or if she said, that's the last straw, chuck up the deuces and kick rocks. I'm hoping that's the case, but it may not be too. But I do appreciate what you're saying here. Priya says, where is it? I stayed for 3 years with a narcissist male boss until I found something that could pay the bills. It took that long to find another employment opportunity. Yep, and that's what's so sad. A lot of times you're just stuck there, and you just got to do it. You just got to go through it, y'all. And it sucks. You don't want it, but you end up you see what I'm saying? You just end up staying there because you have no other choice. You painted yourself in a corner between a rock and a hard place. There's no other place you can go now. Damn, I really do need to get the hell out of here. But I still need to pay these bills. I can't I just can't rip the Band-Aid off. I got to survive. But isn't it interesting that I feel like we all have some semblance of that kind of story in our employment history. But it does make us learn about what you're willing to take, what you're not willing to take, so on and so forth. It's very interesting. But I feel like this situation, bringing this woman on to talk about this, was the worst thing that could happen. One of the worst things that can happen for Amber Heard, at least in this trial. So far, in my personal opinion, what I've seen in the trial, things are not looking good. And things are not leaning towards her at all. But I will say this, though. Real talk. I will say this. There was more. Now, there was a marriage counselor, and I said that in the article before, but there was a marriage counselor that had come out and talked about this relationship and how she was counseling them and all that stuff. She claims she saw bruises on Amber Heard. She said she didn't know exactly where the bruises were, but she saw bruises. And one thing I thought was very interesting is that allegedly she was actually like, I saw this in a story a long time ago, like an article. She was using makeup to make it look like she had bruises on her face. That she was using makeup to look like she was battered by Johnny Depp. And the interesting part is the things that she says also about how she was the aggressor, how she would hit Johnny Depp because she would rather have because Amber Heard would rather have him stay and fight with her than to have Johnny Depp leave. Then, oh, I forgot about this part too. And this is not in what I'm going to show you guys here in a second, but there were also videos, or not videos, another testimony from Johnny Depp's sister the other day. And his sister was basically saying, I had to, whenever they went out of town together, I would have to make sure that I ordered or reserved another hotel room, because usually they would get into a fight and it would get very heated and physical, and Johnny would have to leave, would want to leave and stay in another hotel room to keep his distance from her. So right now, in my personal opinion, this is all looking bad for Amber Heard. And even so, I will say this too. If this comes out where they realize that, say that it randomly, some huge bombshell of information comes out, and the world opens up, the clouds open up and it starts raining champagne, and it suddenly everything leans towards showing that Amber Heard is totally innocent and Johnny Depp is the liar. If that does happen, this woman will never work in Hollywood ever again. It doesn't even matter if she walks away with $100 million. It doesn't matter. She will never work in Hollywood ever again. I'm telling you, she and Will Smith are basically going to be doing straight to DVD, straight to streaming, only on Hulu, only on Crackle movies together. Watch. It's going to be insane, y'all. But here we go. In this article here, she said, this is what the mayor's counselor was revealing, saying she would strike him to keep him. This is what the mayor's counselor revealed to about the actress, and saying that the actress would initiate fights because having him leave was her worst nightmare. But also she admits that the abuse was mutual. So Dr. Anderson was obviously the mayor's counselor for Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. And it's funny, they were only married for a short while and they quickly needed a mayor's counselor. That's bad, y'all. That's really, really bad. Okay? Really, really bad. So she worked with the former spouses for a total of 21 sessions beginning in October of 2015. She also gave a very revealing video testimony during Depp's $100 million defamation trial in Virginia. She says, I know she led the fights on more than one occasion and started to keep him with her because abandonment and having him leave was her worst nightmare. I'm sorry, but in my mind, I keep thinking, if you are worried about losing somebody, the last thing you want to do is hit them, because doesn't that make them want to run even more? I mean, that's just logic, common sense, right? Ain't it though? Allegedly? Anyway, just like I said, still trying to understand why people do what they do. It still just doesn't make sense to me. Oh, I don't want you to leave, so I'm going to beat you. What? Miss Heard reported that it was a point of pride for her if she felt disrespected to initiate a fight. Her father had beaten her. She was not going to end. Ooh, basically she just has rage issues. Real talk, she got rage issues, okay? You know it's impossible for you to think crazy, right? Okay, Lateef. But if he was going to leave, she would strike him to keep him there. She would rather be in a fight than have him leave. This is what she says in the testimony, right? So she was asked if her assessment that triggered Depp after he wasn't violent with any of his other partners. Anders said yes. Okay. asked if it was her assessment that triggered Depp after he wasn't violent with any of his other partners. Anderson said yes. She said he had been well controlled for almost 20-30 years, and both Depp and Heard were victims of abuse in their homes. I thought he'd been well controlled for decades. And with Ms. Heard, he was triggered, and they engaged in what I saw as mutual abuse. All right? So, obviously, a lot of things are redacted in that video, but let's see if I can play this one. This is the internet is a little sticky right now, so. But this whole thing is crazy. And here's the thing. If this is a mutual thing, I get it. Because that seems like it makes sense. And if it is a mutual thing and they agree that it's a mutual thing, then they need to figure out a way to
If I apply these
amicably
opportunities by lunch, I can average 20 a day, 100 a week, 400 a month.
Okay. They need to figure out a way to amicably move on from this situation. Come on.
You witness abuse by either?
I didn't witness.
Have you worked with Mr. Depp before working with Amber and Mr. Depp?
Yeah, my internet is being very funky right now. Come on. Come on now.
Is it your testimony that while Mr. Depp may have said he wasn't violent?
Okay, is acting a damn fool. Okay, but we get the general idea. Basically, just what I read is basically what they have said in her deposition, and basically said there were other things like that were being said where, hey, you know, I haven't seen any bruises on her. Or I did see bruises on her, but I can't really confirm where these bruises were found, so on and so forth. I mean, this is, like I said, this is like a crazy ongoing situation where there are speculations, there are stories out here saying that she wore makeup to fake these bruises, to push this particular narrative out there so that everybody would believe that she is the one being taken advantage of, that she's being hurt. You see what I'm saying? But unfortunately, these people, there are people that have seen, quote unquote, these bruises on her. But the other thing that I noticed as well, which is also very interesting, is that this is very interesting as well. The assistant, the ex-assistant that can't stand her, that hates her ass, literally said, oh, okay, I know for a fact that she didn't have any bruises at all. I didn't see anything. She would walk around the house naked all the time. She had no problem being buck naked. No issues about that at all whatsoever. Now, if that is true, that's why the lawyers were sitting there going, hey, so what is the truth then? You've seen her naked. Did you see any bruises on her body? Did you see any bruises on her face? And they're all like, no, never saw anything. Never saw anything. Now, I mean, of course, people will sit there and go, okay, well, this is a disgruntled ex-employee that is willing to do whatever they can to bury this woman, especially after being spat in the face. But at the same time, this sounds like the Amber Heard that everyone has talked about and said about her out here in these Hollywood streets. She sounds like a tyrant. She sounds like a bloody diva monster. That's terrible, y'all. That's absolutely terrible. So, this is crazy. Okay? This whole thing is absolutely nuts. We already know basically a lot of the big chunks of what has happened from today, and there's a little bit that I sprinkled in there from yesterday. One of Johnny Depp's close friends / artists came into to testify, gave him glowing reviews, and he was just basically like moved to tears because he's just like, what is going on? Why is this even happening? Because he knows how, he obviously has much love for Johnny, but he has much love for Amber Heard as well. And he's sitting there going, why is this all happening? This is insane. You see what I'm saying? And this is just crazy. This whole thing is absolutely crazy. Let me see here. Sassafras, Kath. Thank you so much for the comment here. Is there any truth to her parents not believing her? I don't know. That is new news for me as well. If that is really what's going down, man, that's terrible. If that's the case, that's absolutely terrible. Or actually, I'm sorry, I take that back. If her family does not believe her, that is very telling. That's what I meant. Not terrible. That's very telling. If they don't believe her, that's extremely telling. You see what I'm saying? Because maybe they realize that this woman, yes, I mean, to the general public, they go, wow, she's beautiful, she's gorgeous, and all that stuff, and she's a good actress and everything. I don't see anything. I think she's terrible. That's just me, though. That's just me. But the general public loves her. So they go, hey, if she's saying that, it's got to be true. But if her own family is sitting here going, she's straight capping on this ish, that's weird. That is very, very weird. So let me open up the video chat lines. I know Sandy, the sassy queen, has some things she wants to say. So yes, I'd love to hear that. Real talk. What? Oh, wrong one. Let me get over here and do it over here. Bam. Bam. Okay. So the chat is pinned to the top. Okay. Got. Hello, Sandy, the sassy queen. How you doing, sweetheart?
Oh, let me you guys see. I hope make sure you guys everything. Because I'm actually know exactly how this all happened. So they got married in February 2022. Now, his children's mother, him and Vanessa, broke up in 2010. They didn't publicly announce the breakup until 2012. So he met Amber in 2011 while filming Rum Diaries. So before she met Johnny, she did an interview and she said, and all this is relevant for people in chat, y'all gonna be like, wait a minute, hold on.
Well, apparently there's like echo, something crazy going on. On my end, hold on, let me check here. Let me check here real quick.
Hold on.
Well, apparently there's like echo. Oh yeah, that I think that's coming in from your end. I think.
Is it coming in my phone?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me try to put my earplugs in. But I'm starting from the beginning because so that way to give you guys a better. Can y'all hear me? But hold on.
It's a weird echo thing. It's okay.
So, because I really got to give y'all this information shot so you guys can actually get a better understanding on what's going on. Because I've been following this. Is that better? From day one.
We're good. We're good now. Okay.
I'm starting back at the beginning to when they met because it's relevant. So, anywho. Okay. So, they were filming Rum Diaries in 2011. He met her in 2011. So him and his children's mother broke up in 2010. They didn't publicly announce it until 2012 because for the kids' sake. So with that being said, she did an interview before she met him, and she pretty much said, I'm attracted to older, rich men. Here's why. She targeted Johnny and she targeted Elon Musk. Elon Musk plays an important part in this because Amber and Johnny got married February of 2015.
Mm-hmm.
There's video footage of Elon Musk going into Johnny's penthouse, into the elevator, the private elevator, to go into the penthouse. I think in May or March. So actually March, several weeks after they have gotten, Amber and Johnny got married, she was bringing Elon Musk into the marital bed.
I thought they were. I thought they were like sharing. I thought like Elon Musk and Johnny Depp like had an understanding.
No. Because and on top of that, there's video footage of James Franco coming into the penthouse as well.
Yes.
So that's why they went into marital counseling to answer that question that you had earlier. Why this op-ed, how this op-ed came to be about is because of the divorce. She didn't get what she wanted, but I'm gonna explain to you how he was fed up. He had, what I'm gonna explain to you guys what actually broke the camel's back for Johnny to get a divorce. But she beat him to the filing. But that's why she filed first. He was about to file divorce because she was mad because he was late to her birthday party. So he called her and oh, let me tell you, it's a whole lot of you guys. It is a whole lot of. So
okay.
it's a whole lot. So how the divorce came to be about is she got mad because now at that time he the reason why he was late for her birthday dinner or didn't show up for her birthday dinner is because he was in a meeting, and that was the meeting where they told him he lost the $750 million.
Gotcha.
So that's where that TMZ video came in, but they didn't show the whole. See, there you go. See that?
That's
Elon
nuts.
Musk.
No, I just had to pull it up because I remember this part because
several weeks.
Because a lot of people, of people were talking about this quite a bit yesterday and today. This footage that came out.
That was several weeks after they got married.
Now it's been resurfaced. This information, this footage. So even several weeks after their marriage, she was already getting in entanglements with other dudes.
And a matter of fact,
especially Elon Musk and James Franco. And then apparently there was like a rumor circulating around that possibly Elon Musk is having a love child with her. Like, I don't even know what's going on. Okay.
I'll explain it. She has a daughter now.
Okay.
Via surrogate. Now, I don't know if you heard about the lawsuit that her and Elon was suing her for embryos that they had when they were together. Yeah.
Huh? Wait a minute. Hit that rewind button really quick and rewind that back and say
rewind
what?
That.
Wait, say that. Repeat it one more time because I don't think anybody in the nosebleed seats understood that.
Okay, I'm gonna repeat it for everybody in the back.
Thank you.
Elon Musk sued Amber Heard for embryos that they had when they were together. So a lot of people are trying to say is the daughter that she has, is Elon Musk the father? Let me tell you how trifling this woman is. The reason why she's so hell-bent on ruining Johnny's career is, let me explain to you what she wanted in the but actually let me explain how the divorce came about. So that he was in a meeting. He said, I'm late. I'm going to be in a meeting. I'm not going to be able to attend the dinner. She was mad. When he came in, she was upset. She cussed him out. He's like, you know something? I'm not going to take this. I'm out. Deuces. So he leaves. So now the next day, her and her freeloading friends that lived in Johnny's penthouses, because he owned all 5 of those penthouses, they went to Coachella. So for ish and giggles, either her,
Wait, are you talking about the defecation in the bed?
the papa, she popped the squat in the bed. That was the break.
She dropped the deuce.
She dropped the deuce. That was that when Johnny got the phone call and from his manager Kevin, who manages all his real estate, like for the houses, anytime, anywhere he goes, he does, everything. So when he got that phone call from Kevin, it's like the majors called and informed me that there is human feces in the bed. Johnny's like, you know something, I'm done. Divorce. But before he can even file, she ran to file and won a claim. So let me explain. In this case, Johnny has 2 top-notch lawyers on his side. Now, some of their witnesses are the expert witness there. I think they call like the clinical psychologist. They got a forensic psychologist. They got a forensic video and audio. When I say this is a whole lot of. So once she filed a divorce, so they were under the divorce. They finally settled the divorce. Let me explain to you. By the way, the papa squat, she blamed it on the poor dogs. That's how trifling this chick is.
I mean, did they have big enough dogs that could make a deuce that would look like a human-sized deuce?
Pistol and Boo are freaking teacup Yorkies. And even the maid said the dogs couldn't do that. Oh, Boo has irritable bowel movements. The maids even said,
"Oh my God,
no."
5-pound Yorkie.
No, the dog.
They're like, if he tried to take if this little Yorkie took this deuce, this would have ripped this dog in half.
Exactly.
Okay. Have mercy.
So she filed for divorce. Fast forward, she files for divorce. So in the divorce settlement, here's what her demands. Now she claims it's not about the money. Bitch, it was about the money. Let me explain to you what her demand was.
Oh, God, yeah.
50. Yeah. Pascal, you gonna need a drink after this. Jeez, that's why I'm like, when I saw you were doing this, I'm like, ooh, you got your burr. Yeah, you're gonna have to take a sip because it's a whole lot of roller coaster.
It's been so far, and that's why I was like, I don't even know where to start with this.
Oh, that's why I'm like, let me come on because I'm about to explain it to you all. So her demands was $50,000 spousal support a month.
For what? She makes her own money. Wasn't she an Aquaman in that water movie or something like that?
Yeah.
Money.
Yeah.
She's removed from what I hear. She's not even in the sequel anymore because she ruined her own career. She was doing just fine, man. She was doing just fine. She had her own. She was making money. She was Amber Heard out here. Yeah, she doesn't have Johnny.
They didn't know. Nobody knew who Amber Heard was until Johnny Depp. Because I didn't even know who she was until I found out. But so her demands was $50,000 a month for spousal support.
Right.
She wanted he had just purchased the Land Rover or Range Rover. She wanted that. She had her own place, but she wanted him to cover the cost for her own place out in town and pay for the 5 the 3 penthouses that she and her freeloading friends was living there for free.
On the free 99s.
Exactly, for free.
Yeah,
Plus
she
paying
still is.
all utilities. In translation, she wanted Johnny Depp to pay. She wanted to live the rest of her life off of Johnny Depp's money. Johnny's like, nah, bitch, that ain't happening.
No, of course not.
So they settled with she gets $7 million.
Okay.
And keep it moving.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Plus,
so he just said, thank you so much for all the good loving. Not really, actually, giving the love to everybody else. But in the meantime, though, while you kick rocks as far away from my ass, I'm just going to give you $7 million. And that we should be good. We should be Gucci. Because you know for a fact you're going to have a new man in 2 seconds. So
she already had a new man.
Of course she already had a new man. Didn't she get pregnant? She got pregnant by somebody, and it was not Johnny Depp, right?
She didn't carry the baby. The baby was born via cigarette.
Oh,
she didn't mess up her body. Anywho.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. And now, you know, yeah, you might want to take another sip.
Wow, New York. Wow. Like, wow.
That is why so they settled out of court. She got the $7 million. They also, both of them signed NDAs.
Time out. So they did settle with the $7 million.
Yes.
They did settle. So, okay. So I don't mean to jump the gun a little bit or get ahead of you here. I know you got a story to tell, and we going to listen to it. But so the settling of the $7 million happened. Then the op-ed came out, or the op-ed was already out and they settled?
The op-ed came out after I think a couple of years after the divorce.
Why would she do that though?
Let me
like I said, cocaine is a hell of a drug, baby.
Exactly.
Ecstasy
so here's
drug.
the deal.
This is what they said, that she was on several different types of prescription pills
and drinking bottles of wine.
Of wine.
Oh, let me tell you.
Ecstasy. You know what I'm saying? Beer, wine, tequila, more beer. Like, she's all on that stuff, man.
She mostly bottles of red wine, because if you go on her Instagram page, I don't know if she scrubbed it or not, but you can see she keeps all her empty bottles of wine. She drinks more wine than Johnny Depp does. Well, and I think that's probably why Johnny Depp was spending $30,000 a month, almost damn near a month, for wine.
He had a wine. He had a very deep, intimate love for wine. So I wouldn't be surprised if she picked up his habit. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, she been had that habit. Now keep in mind, the $7 million, she publicly announced that she was donating it to charities. Now here's the thing. She was supposed to split it amongst 3 charities. She only 2 charities was really named, ACLU and I believe the Children's Hospital of LA. Here's the problem with that. Now one of them received that $7 million. In a matter of fact, here it goes. In a matter of fact, Johnny paid the first $100,000 of the because in actuality, she's like, okay, I agree with $7 million. I want to donate it to charity. Johnny said, okay, I'll go ahead and tell me how many charities you want to donate it to. I'll split the $7 million amongst those charities and pay the charities on your behalf and put your name on it. Now I'll do it. Johnny got receipts to where he paid the first part of the $100,000 to, I think, to CHLA, Children's Hospital of LA. So CHLA even spawned back. Yeah, we got the first one, but we also reached out and contacted Amber to see when she was going to pay the rest of the money. And here's the thing, that op-ed, there's proof and documents, emails, text messages of that ACLU. Now, we all know what type of organization ACLU is. what
Right.
they supposed to. Here's the thing. After this came out, I think it came out last year. I look at ACLU in a whole new light because
Why?
there's documents, emails, text messages of ACLU helping her write that op-ed. Yes.
You know what? It's funny because I knew about that and I totally forgot. I totally forgot about that. Somebody, some head of the ACLU was helping her pen that op-ed. But then whatever happened to that? Because it just seems like it just kind of just disappeared, that whole situation with that person that helped her pen that op-ed. That
ACLU.
did not put his name in there. His name wasn't in it, but it's clear.
But everybody knew clear as day who they were talking now. See, let me break this down on a legal standpoint.
Damn.
In order for Johnny to even file this defamation lawsuit, he has to prove to the court with preponderance of evidence that he lost money because this op-ed was referring to him, even though his name isn't named in it. And he was, because if he did not have the preponderance of evidence, we would not have this trial.
Damn. Sandy the sassy queen with the heat.
Oh, there's more.
There's I know there's more. I know there's more.
Let me take a sip.
Don't you see me leaning in the cup right now? I'm leaning in the foot because I know for a fact you got stories to tell. So I'm like,
I gotta hold on a minute. I gotta turn my fan on because it's getting a little warm up in here. This wig is hot. So
that wig's getting a little heated. All right.
So with that op-ed, now we both know, because within the few days of the trial, we both know that both of them were physically, mentally, emotionally, verbally abused by their parents, because Johnny Depp's sister pretty much said it all when she testified. Yes, I am spilling the tea because it's a whole lot, because this chick is so trifling to it's not even funny. Now, what a lot of people, I don't know if a lot of people, because like I said, I've been following this for day one. Excuse me if I look like I'm not looking at the camera, because I have dual screens, so I'm looking at one screen. And I'm trying to, and that's the thing. So with that being said, so we established that Johnny clearly stated when he first filed, this lawsuit is not about money. It's about clearing my name. I don't care about money. Now, he probably didn't want to put a monetary value on this, but when you know his lawyer, Adam and Benjamin Chu, who happens to Benjamin Chu has the title of best lawyer in the best lawyer, and you don't get that title for being a mediocre lawyer. You got to be top notch. He also represented Cher in civil cases as well. Anywho, he said it's not about the money, and so they probably was like, "Look, you got to put a monetary value on this to file this lawsuit. All civil lawsuits, you have to have a monetary value." So he said, let's do $50 million. Now, we all know the amount of money we already know how much he was getting paid for Pirates of the Caribbean. So when Disney cut him, you already knew he lost way more than $50 million. But he's like, it's like he said when he filed it, this is not about the money. I don't give two iotas about the money. I'm here to clear my name. Picture it, February 2020, Daily Mail, which is a UK publication.
Yes.
Bless their hearts for doing this. How they got this. There are 2 audio tapes that they put out. Of course, Amber is like, "Oh, I'm a victim of DV." Yeah, she was a victim of DV when she was younger because of her father, but not because of Johnny. And also, I want to stress this: Johnny Depp, where if you look at Johnny Depp's hands, if anybody's watching the court case, when they pan over to him, if you see his hands, look at both his hands. He wears rings. Now, the type of rings he wears, God forbid if he was to haul off and beat you in the face, there's going to be imprints of that ring and his finger imprints. Even if he didn't have his jewelry. If someone punched you in the face, you're going to see this on your imprint on your face. Here's the thing. One of the incidents she said that happened was May 21st. May 26th, she was on James. May 22nd, she went on James Gordon. Now, May 21st incident, she claimed she had 2 black eyes, a busted lip, a broken nose. Now, can somebody in Pascal and somebody in the chat please explain to me, make that make sense? If you got 2 black eyes,
yep,
a broken nose, a busted lip, your face,
eyes,
her face would have looked like Rihanna's face if that happened. Plus, you would have seen his ring indentations on her face. Makeup could only cover so much. Even with even the makeup for tattoos that covers your tattoos, it only covers so much. It don't cover the swelling of your face. Her face was not swelling. There's several witnesses. Even the concierge at no, she didn't have a face. They even had this defense attorney who lived in the building would be in the elevator. She's like, she'd have a damn lick on her face. That's why he's got a videographer and audio person as expert witness. Now, the incident where she severed the tip of his finger, he lied to the doctor that, oh, I cut it cutting onions. Doctor looking at him like he's crazy, like, dude, the way your finger, the tip of your finger, because when she severed it, she severed the bone, the tip of the bone. They had to go somewhere on his body and take they had to reconstruct the tip of his, and it was his middle finger on his right hand. So the doctor's sitting up there looking at him like, so is this the story we going with this? You cut your finger. The way that it was cut, no, a cut did. So the claim that she claimed as here, let me tell you how trifling she is. Now she's claiming
you haven't done that yet. You haven't done that yet. Whoa! Damn, they write books about people like her. Come on now.
Let me tell you how trifling this chick is. Now, that same former employee with the son, before she had her child, I think she was in Brazil. She had a violent SA attack. She was held at machete. She had a machete held at her neck. She was violently.
Where was this?
This was, I think she was on a trip to Brazil. This is the former employee that got spat in the face.
Gotcha.
So let me tell you how trifling Amber Heard is. Amber Heard took her story and tried to make it her own.
Oh, wait, what?
Yes. Yes, bitch, please. That is crazy.
Oh, that's her name.
Yes. You like, wait a minute.
Like, what? Yes, bitch, please. That's crazy. I'm like, what? Okay. Yes. Wow, she really did that? Wow. Yes. Hold up. Before you continue, I just need to throw up the super chat really quick. Latif, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. He says, thanks for calling in, Sandy. Dope guest to dope host. Thanks for giving her the mic. Big ups. Thank you, man. I appreciate it for the $10.
Thank you, Latif.
And thank you for putting in this information. So, continue.
Because I'm trying to fill y'all in, catch y'all up to date to now, because a whole lot happened in between. So, yeah, that's how trifling she is. She tried to take her story and try to spin it into hers, her own. Now, Then she tried to say the incident where she severed Johnny's finger in Australia. She claimed that he SA'd her, and that there's broken glass all over the floor, and he drugged me by the hair her through the glass. I was naked. But here's the thing. In this trial, when she testified in the UK trial, when he was suing the son, her story was completely different. She's like, oh, I had on a nightgown. He tore my nightgown and groped me, yada, yada, yada. I'm like, okay, which is it? So pretty much on her side, her and her witnesses, every time they tell the story, it's like 5, 6 different stories. But every time Johnny and his witness recap the incidents, all the incidences is consistent, verbatim. Now, there's like video, and I went, there's video, like there's about 87 videos that Johnny's side had put into evidence. And I wouldn't be surprised if Johnny had nanny cams in his penthouses.
No doubt.
So I'm patiently waiting for that stuff to come out, because I'm like,
I mean, this is going to be going on for several. They say several weeks. So I guarantee you, there's going to be some more stuff coming out here where we're going to find out some real stuff. I mean, we see the security cam footage or the elevator footage of Amber Heard with James Franco, with Elon Musk, and all that stuff, and it's wild. I mean, so as much as she's probably sitting here saying, I'm an innocent, no, and this is what he did.
Let me explain
to you.
This
is showing nothing but proof positive that she's going to lose this lawsuit. She's going to lose terribly, y'all.
Especially,
and I can't believe that there's still people out here going team Amber Heard. I just don't get it. But Sandy, continue, please.
Especially with the 2 audios that was put out February 2020.
Oh, yeah, those audios, man. Let me tell you something about those audios, because that incriminates her incredibly. That makes her look like the bad guy the entire time. He is, and they both know that they both mutually agreed to be recorded, and she's still talking crazy. She's still talking sideways to this dude, and she's still admitting to putting her hands on him. So it's like, how does that even happen, y'all?
Because she's like, oh, I didn't punch you. It's a close. He's like, you expect me to sit here but you punched me. She's like, Johnny, I didn't punch you. Stop being a baby. I didn't punch you. It was a close check. If you close your fist and hit him hard, you punched him. Now, there's several incidents where when they talk about him hitting her, there was one incident where they got into a fight. I think she did something. I think she hit him. He ended up headbutting her, and he didn't mean to headbutt her.
Okay, I'm sorry. Teacher. A question. How do you not mean to headbutt somebody? I mean, if you're doing this, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. Oh, I'm so sorry. Again, I did it again. I didn't mean to do that. Like that.
Well, depends on if she's coming at him physically,
right? And
he's trying to get away. He might have turned around, and she might have been close to him, and that could have possibly happened. Then there was an incident. There's an incident where on the tape, if any you guys gotta be y'all guys, I'll put the link, I'll try to look it up, but
wait, link of what? I'm sorry, link of what?
There's this one YouTube vlogger that actually has all the recordings.
Oh yeah,
that incredibly average guy, Brian, he has the whole audio of every audio, including the audio that they had from Australia where Johnny got his severed his finger.
Scary.
So there was another incident where she was arguing with him. They were in an argument. He went into the bathroom. He's like, oh, I'm sorry, I stumped your toe. How is your toes? In the audio, you hear him asking, how's your toes? Because he was trying to shut the door. She's trying to come at him, trying to hit him. He's running away. And you can hear in the audio where she's like, you don't fight for this marriage. He's like, I'm not going to sit here and let you hit me. And he even said in one of the tapes, he's like, the reason why I walk away is I don't want to be that person to be that husband to haul off and pop the wife. That's why I walk away. He explained that is why I walked away. Now, Johnny did in an interview where he explained how and why he uses drugs. He's like, look, I'm not a perfect person. I use drugs. Him and a famous, I forgot the name of
River Phoenix.
No, not a famous author that he actually spent $5 million on the man's
Hunter,
funeral.
You're talking about Hunter S. Thompson. Yeah.
He explained in this interview how he and Hunter, clicked because they both used drugs, but the way they use drugs wasn't the way like everybody. She uses it to party and everything. He's like, we don't use drugs to, for just to party and drink. They use it to escape their reality.
Gotcha.
They use it as kind of like as a coping mechanism.
Yeah.
To get away. Like if she punched him in the face, he'll probably go and he'll probably smoke a blunt or so, because you always see him smoking a blunt. But as far as the other hard drugs, let me tell you how trifling this chick is. Oh, there's more. He was detoxing on his Bahama Islands. And this chick, now, there's if anybody that's in the chat that's in the medical field, especially if you deal with detoxing, there's a specific medication you have to take while you're detoxing. Do you know this heifer stopped him she almost killed him.
How so?
Because she is assisted with giving him his medication while he was detoxing. She wouldn't give him the detox medication.
Why wouldn't she give him the detox medicine? That's insane.
So she can stay in control of the situation. She's a narcissist.
She sounds insane. I mean, clearly she's insane. Clearly, okay. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. You've said a lot. There's a lot to unfold here. Or there's a lot to digest about this woman in general, but still, how is this even? How is this even a trial? How is this even a trial? That's what I'm trying to say here. How is this even a trial? This is a situation where it's like, no, they should be settling any of this BS outside of court, not with cameras in the courtroom.
Let me explain to you.
This is
she
insane,
wants to control the narrative. That is why. Because
the narrative is all messed up, because right now all roads are pointing towards her being the aggressor, being the abuser, being psychotic, a nightmare ex-wife. This is the kind of ex-wife that all men fear. This is the type of bitch right here. It's a bad example.
Because she thinks, and like I said, the reason why we have this trial is because she didn't get what she want in the divorce settlement. And so she's like, well, since I didn't get what I want in the divorce settlement, I am hell-bent and I'm going to ruin your life. And that's what she's been doing since then.
I'm like I said earlier, I don't know how this woman is ever going to be working in Hollywood ever again. That's what I'm going to say. I don't care if she looks the way she looks. I don't care if she's the best actress in the world. I don't care if she's the next Meryl Streep up in this Biz Naive. She will never work in that town ever again. Ever.
Nosy Rosie, the claims are because what you hear in the audio and what you hear in the testimonies. I don't know what else to say. I wasn't there. Yeah, I wasn't there. But a lot of the stuff that was that's coming out that, you know, that saying, what's done in the dark will come to light. Everything she's done in the dark is coming to light. Everything she tried to hide was done in the dark. Because if you donated money to charity, why would he was like, okay, I have nothing to hide. Why would you want to hide that? And the fact that the ACLU helped her write this op-ed, and last year, those documents came out. Emails, text messages came out that they helped her write that op-ed. And the reason why it's in Virginia is because, one, the Washington Post is printed in Virginia, and plus the anti-SLAPP laws is a lot different than California. Because if you really want the legalese rendition, go to Legal Bites, because I was watching her live, because they're actually watching the trial live on her. So if you want to, her and her legal panel, they're going to give you the legal side of what's going on.
I mean, and that, the reason why I'm not doing the whole trial is, one, because personally it's some of these days are like 7-hour, 8-hour days. Unfortunately, I don't have the time for that. If I did, I'd be doing it without a shadow of a doubt, no problem. But I ain't got time for it. And this is going to be going on for 6 damn weeks. So it's kind of like, all right, I'll come out with like the big hitting moments, you know, whenever those big hitting moments happen. If some big bombshell drops and all that stuff that we could talk about or laugh about, I'm going to be talking about it here.
There is going to be some bombshells. And I was saying to other YouTube vloggers, one of the witnesses is deceased. That's his bodyguard, Jerry Judge. But I said, I have this feeling that they have his testimony before he passed, because Jerry Judge passed in April of 2019. Johnny filed the lawsuit in March 2019. So I wouldn't be surprised if that lovely little document comes up, if they got his statement of what's going on. Because like I said, that incredibly average guy, he has the sound bites to every audio, from the audios that Daily Mail leaked out to the audios at everything. He's got it. Everything. Even like the text messages from Amber Heard to Elon Musk. And then they also saying, because a lot of people are wondering, this trial, Johnny has the money to pay for this, to pay for his lawyer. How is she being paid? Because she ain't working. A lot of us, other YouTube vloggers, our little my theory of madness is one or two people are paying her bills. It's either Elon Musk is paying her bills, or Robert Murdoch. And Murdoch is the owner of The Sun, of which Johnny Depp sued in the UK. And that trial right there was a whole debacle, because everybody's looking at it. And here's the thing.
And he lost that.
Yeah. And here's the thing. I think they may try to question that one again, because thanks to the internet sleuths, they pulled up that the judge was linked to the Sun, because the judge's son works for Robert Murdoch. It's a
mess. It's a mess. But at the same time, okay, unfortunately, he lost that other lawsuit. But you also got to remember, there are a lot of people out here that are, even so, I said it earlier, there's still Team Amber Heards out here. There are Heardites out here, okay, that are supportive of her because they believe that she was actually either DV'd or whatever in this relationship, because they truly believe that, Johnny put his hands on her. Now, here's the thing, though. I don't blame him
Thank you, Miss Carter. My apologies. Rupert Murdoch. Thank you. Embossed. She never donated that. And The
Okay.
Children's Hospital proved that only Johnny paid the first 100,000, and they were waiting on the rest of the money. She never did it. ACLU refuses to release their information, even though they were requested to. ACLU isn't compliant. That's why Johnny sued ACLU in New York,
Right.
because they wouldn't release the information. Because one, they helped her write that op-ed.
So what I was going to say here is that I totally don't blame these people, like the ACLU people that actually wrote the op-ed. Because here's the thing. Somebody has to believe her. Somebody has to. She could walk over to anybody, or she might be screwing them. I don't know. Or she might be paying them under the table. But at the same time, it doesn't seem like she has that kind of money. But you have somebody who's out here saying these things. Somebody out there is going to believe her, because instantly there's a lot of people that are going to sit there and believe, oh, if a woman says she's been this, you believe
And
her.
that's the problem.
And I think this
I
is
could
what,
say-
and I think this is, and I think that this is what's happening right now. You see what I'm saying? With those people like Rupert Murdoch, the ACLU, they've been swindled. They've been bamboozled by her. She finessed them, I think, because innately, we are quick to believe women when they throw out the hashtag Me Too. And I don't blame anybody for saying that, but I think she's abusing that. She's abusing that hashtag and trying to use that for her own financial gain. But before I let you go, Sandy, is there anything else, or is that it? That was a lot.
Hold on a minute. Narcissist Ninja, Dr. Soup, Stevie J, Rob's Rules, E-Hacker, that Umbrella Guy, even Nerd at Newsstand. A lot of YouTube vloggers are covering this. Like I said, if you want the legal perspective of this trial, hit Legal Bites. All of them, Dr. Soup, all of them, Rob Rules, Come Geek Some. A lot of people are covering this.
Yeah, a lot of people are sitting there and watching the live.
It's a whole lot of.
Like a whole lot of live feed going on. But Sandy,
thank you for giving me the time to get y'all up to speed.
I appreciate you getting me up to speed on this. I do really appreciate it. All right.
Thank you.
But thank you so much. I'll be talking to you soon, okay?
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, man. Okay, and I'm not taking any other phone calls or video chats, guys. I think that's enough. You know, I think that there's a lot to unfold and digest and understand. You know what I mean? This is a lot to break down and take in. But we already know that right now there's this whole thing going on. There's a huge defamation lawsuit going down, and it's whether you believe them or at least believe Amber Heard, or if you believe Johnny Depp, or if you think that there's mutually people just doing bad to each other. I'm thinking it's more in the middle. I'm thinking that there's a lot of, it's two people that were extremely toxic. Maybe it was really great in the very beginning because they got to party and hang out and they enjoyed doing the same things together. But then, you know, after you do a little bit too much or one too many, it goes down that route of just dangerous, volatile, abusive, and filled with regret and lies and deceit, because we're seeing that right now. And what's so crazy is that if she is even vindicated, if they have huge evidence, if her side has huge evidence and they find out without a shadow of a doubt that Johnny Depp is the bad guy, no matter what, everybody's going to remember this. Everyone's still going to have their opinions on who was the good guy, who was the bad guy, who did right and who did wrong. Both of their careers are tarnished, unfortunately. Hence the reason why Johnny Depp put out the $50 million lawsuit to begin with, because he was sitting there going, my whole career, ever since all the way from 21 Jump Street to now, everything's tarnished. His 30, 40 some odd year career annihilated because this woman wanted to basically ruin his life. It sucks, y'all. And it does kind of remind you to be very careful on who you lay in bed next to. Real talk. Be careful on who you're sharing that pillow with. And I get it. If you're with somebody that you love, man, may your head forever rest on one pillow. Real talk. But at the same damn time, if you're not with the right person, try the best way as quickly as possible to leave. Do it in a respectful manner. Don't do it in a volatile way, so on and so forth. Just leave. Some people stay because they don't know if they can do any better. And let me tell you something. Let me remind every single one of y'all, even the ones that are in the nosebleed seats that are listening to me while they're folding their laundry and the phone or the screen that they're watching is all the way in the bedroom, but you can still hear me. All right? Please leave. Just go. You can do much better. Don't stay with somebody just because they look good on paper or they look good on the Instagram photos or they only check one box, which is they look great naked. Trust me, you'll thank me later. Find the best way you can leave in the most respectful way possible. Seek to your friends. Lean on your friends. I know a lot of us are sitting here like the ones that are lost, that don't know where to go, that feel like they don't know what to do. Lean on your friends. Confide in the people that you truly love. I hope to God you have good friends around you too, because if you're speaking up and talking to your friends, and if they actually if they really do give a damn and they're good friends, they are going to care, and they're going to try to find as many ways possible to get you home and get you out of that place, because that isn't home. Where you're living in right then and there, where you're living in right now, if you're in that situation right now, is not home. Home is somewhere else. Home is supposed to be safe. Period. So anyway, guys, this whole story is sad. You know, it's the thing that you hear about. You know what I'm saying? As far as like when divorces go in terribly, terribly wrong, and there's egos involved, there's narcissism, there's control. You know, there's somebody who's a control freak, or both of them are control freaks. There's ego involved in all that stuff, and everyone just wants the other person to just suffer. Somebody has to be the bigger man or bigger person in the situation. So why not it be you? Leave like an adult. As my father would say, anytime there's something wrong, anytime you have a problem with your loved one, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, whatever. And he was saying it to me, but it's like, hey, whenever you're having a problem with your girlfriend, leave like a gentleman. Be a gentleman. Always take the high road. And yes, some people sit there and go, oh, you being a simp. No, it's leaving as a gentleman. It's leaving with your head held high. When you start going for the low stuff and you get really vengeful, that's not you taking the high road. That's low blows. That's you writing an op-ed, spreading lies about somebody. You know, we all know that person who's been a disgruntled ex-girlfriend or boyfriend that goes out to your local watering hole where you first met him, that's out there talking trash about you and the relationship. Let's keep it real. Get real petty and not give a damn. Not give a damn about the repercussions that are of what they're saying about you that is not even true. We've all had that issue. And I'm telling you right now, you have to be the bigger person. So I say this again, ladies and gentlemen, if you're ever in a situation like this, and I hope to God you never are, real talk, I hope your life is filled with just candy canes and butterflies and rainbows. But at the same time, there's a dark side to the world, and there's a dark side to relationships, especially when they're toxic as hell. And if they are, leave. But please do it in the best adult fashion you can be. Be a gentleman, be a woman, do the right thing, and walk out peacefully. Anyway, guys, I appreciate all y'all for being on. Seriously, y'all. It's been a great conversation. Shout out to Sandy, the sassy queen. I appreciate her for coming in and dropping nothing but knowledge bombs, real talk. And also, before I go, Sandy, the sassy queen, just became a member. All right. Thank you so much for becoming a member. Thank you so much, sweetheart. I really do appreciate it. And thank you for coming in and for the $50 super chat and for all the super chats that came in today. Because I knew it wasn't going to be that big of a show, but I knew that I wanted to talk about it just to get you guys up to snuff about what's going on with this trial. And if you guys enjoyed this and want more, please hit that like button down below. Comment down below if you want more of this coverage of this trial, and I will do my best to give you what you need, okay? So please do me a favor real quick, one last time. Hit that like button down below. Please send it as high as you can. And do not forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done it yet. And if you haven't yet, I don't know what to tell you, baby. But please do it. Damn. Just do it, all right? I'd really, really appreciate it. And of course, just like Sandy, the sassy queen, follow in suit. Go down and hit that join button. It's only $4.99 a month, y'all. But it helps me keep giving you guys the stories that you need. It helps bring equipment to my show, better cameras, better mics, better lights, all that stuff. It helps my show continue to grow. So if you can, please go hit that join button down below. Like I said, it's only $5 a month, y'all. And also, here's the other thing too. I also have my Patreon. It's right underneath on that ticker. You know what I mean? It's going this way. Okay, so right there, just follow the ticker, follow the bouncing ball, okay? Patreon.com/the Pascal Show, okay? Please go hit that, follow, become a patron. It really, really mean a lot. Anyway, guys, it is time to get going. Great conversation today. I appreciate all the love. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I'll see you guys in the next show. I'll see you tomorrow. All right? This is the Pascal Show. Bye.